I talk of friendly and hostile takeover. I explain what is meant by hostile takeover. I explain how they do hostile takeover. So today we want to continue with valuing the targeted firm. Now, when I talk of targeted firm is the firm that is being acquired. Now, before any firm will decide to either merge or acquire a firm, they evaluate it. They value it, then they will know what is worth investing in. Two, they will know the amount or the maximum amount they'll be willing to pay. Okay, so they do valuation, and we have two main ways of valuing a firm. We have others, but we have the discounted cash flow approach. Then we have the market multiple method. So that is it. Then we have facts, things you should know or should bear in mind whenever you are valuing a firm. Whenever you are valuing a firm. One, when you acquire the firm, your firm will not, and that firm is no more a separate what entity. It's no more a separate firm. When you merge, you become one. Okay, so you take that into consideration when you are valuing the firm. Then two, merger is we acquire the firm from shareholders, equity shareholders. Therefore, we value the equity. When the evaluation, our concentration on the equity, the shares, not debt, or the firm might have bond holders and all that, but our attention is on the equity shareholders. Okay, equity holders. Okay, now what the formations you need for you to be able to value a targeting firm is pro forma cash flow statement. Pro forma cash flow statement. Then of course, your estimating discount rate. Your estimating discount rate. Okay. So I think we've done a lot of discounting here. We've done dividend, we did discounting. We talk about when you want to bring the value to its present form. That is when we discount. And I've always said here that in finance, whenever you hear value, we are more concerned about the current value, the present value. Okay, so normally we like to discount to the present form or to the present value in order to know the actual profit, right? Okay, all right. So let's move on to a question. Let's move on to a question. So this is a question. Snowbird is examining the purchase of Alta with which would become a subsidiary of Snowbird. Snowbird is examining the purchase of Alta, which will become a subsidiary of Snowbird if the merger goes through. The project cash flow statement for Alta, if met, is shown on the next slide. Okay, is shown below. Is shown below. Okay, so the cash flow include all synergistic effects. Alta market determined beta is 1.63. The risk factor is 10%. The market risk premium is 5%. Alta has 10 million shares of share price at $6.5. Okay, what is the possible economic gain to this merger, if any? So we know that if a firm is acquiring a merger, a firm as to it's merging with a firm, At the end of the day, we expect what? A higher synergy, right? A higher synergy. Okay. That it should be more than when we look at when the separate values are put together. Okay. So we want to know what they are going to gain out of if they are to measure, if they are to merge with alter. Okay. So first of all, we say we need what? Pro forma cash flow statement, which is what this. And we said we did discounted a cost of capital. And the cost of capital, as we are looking here, we said we acquire from shareholders, so we're looking at cost of equity. Now, we don't have we need to get the discounted rate, which is the rate of return, okay, which we don't have. So how do we get it? When we go through this information, we see that we have important information that we can calculate our own rate of return, okay, that we can calculate our own rate of return. Now, if we refer back to CAPM, if we refer back to CAPM, then we can calculate our rate of return. So or cost of capital. So let's do that. Okay, our rate of return, expected return. If you remember the formula, is equals to risk-free I think plus beta into bracket return, market return minus risk free. Okay. Minus risk free. Okay. Now, let's look for the information in the question. We're given risk free, right? Risk free of 10%. Plus a beta of what? 1.6. Then we don't have market return. We don't have return for the market, even though we have risk free, but they've given us what? Market risk premium of 5%. And we said that the difference between market return and risk free is what? Market risk premium. That is what you earn above the risk free rate. Okay, so we're giving what is it? 5%. So that'll be 5. Okay, so we want to continue. So we have our 10%, right? Please, are you with your calculators? Plus, this beta 1.63 times 5 will give us what? 1.63 times 5 give us what?
1.63 times 5. 8.15.
Pardon?
8.15.
8.15. 15%. Okay, please add for me. I think when we add, we are going to get what? 18.15, right?
Yes, madam.
So those are what? The rate of return that we got, okay? Because we don't have enough space, I'm going to clean it, but I'm going to write just that information here, okay? That our cost of capital or the rate of return, we had 18.15.
One five.
1.5. $18.15. So yeah, I'm taking this thing off. Whenever you hear discount in a particular work, is someone talking? Then or present value, then we are going to discount, okay? So for us to determine the value, okay. To determine the value, right? That would what? Cash flow 1. Raise the power 1 plus. We are basing on this to come out with the formula, okay? So cash flow 2 raise the power 2, okay, plus raise the power 3 plus CF4. Okay, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Raise the power 4
4.
plus CF5. 1 plus R. Raise the power 5. Okay. So based on the question, this is what is going to come out. Okay, so please, I hope you remember we have midterm next 2 weeks. So we take the cash flow, which is what? The first one is 6.4. One plus our rate of return is 18.15. So that will give us 0.18. 0.1815 plus 8.8. This one, okay. So that one to be same, right? 1 plus 0, 1, 1, 8, 1, 5. Plus the 3 is what? 9.8. Zero point. The next one is what? 10.2. Raise up. Hey, this one is raised up. Hey, I've not been in raise up and you are there. No one is noticing it. Are you with me?
Yes, madam.
Plus, how this will go here is another issue. 1, 6, 1.4. I want to be 1 plus okay. So that is it. We don't have enough space, so I want us to just do, oh, please, those who are criteria, you are doing this, okay? So we know the one, this one will be 1.1 when you add them to 1.1815. So just do 1.1815 raised to power 1. Then you get the answer, you do this divided by the answer you get, okay? We are doing for all 1.185 raised to the power 2. What you get, this divided by the answer. So we are able to manage this space. Okay. So please, what are we getting for the first one? I want everyone's calculator to be active. You are checking.
The first one is 5.41.
5.41. 0.41 plus. What are you getting for this?
6.30.
6.37.
6.30.
30 plus. What are you getting for this?
5.94.
5.94 plus. What are you getting for this?
5.23.
5 point what?
23.
5.23 plus
70.10.
70.10. Okay. So please, in total, what are we getting?
$92.8.
Pardon?
92.8.
92.8. Okay. Wow. 92.8. Okay. So please, do you understand this process, or if there's any other question, let me know. Do you understand this? Okay. So now that we've gotten the value, we are going to clean this. We need space. So they want to know the economic gain, right? Economic gain. You are doing the measure. Why doing better? If you will not be better off without it, then why go into it? So they have to calculate all these things to determine whether they should go ahead with the measure. Okay. So now that is the measure value. Okay. So let me read it. So this is the measure value. I want to know the pre-measure value. The pre-measure value. The pre-measure value. All right. That will be the price as a time you're buying it, time the number of shares. Okay. So that will be the price. The price times the number of shares. So the price is $6.25.
Okay.
Times number of shares, 10 million. So what are we getting?
62.5 million.
Pardon?
62.5 million.
62.5.
Yes.
Therefore, the economic gain will be equal to market value, measure value minus pre-measure value. Oh. Oh, really? I didn't enjoy, bro. Okay, so please, what will be the difference?
30.2.
So meaning that's the gain, that's the economic gain. Someone says at okay, so that is the discounting method. I'll do only discounting with you, okay? I'll do only discounting with you. I don't want to stress you. And I'm going to give you homework assignment on this, okay? Because I don't have any assignment for corporate finance, okay? So I'm going to give you assignment on this. I'll take it next week. Next week. All right, so any question? Any question?
Okay.
You're okay. Okay, let's go. Mergers and acquisition. Mergers and acquisition takeover method. There are so many ways people take over businesses. The common one is acquisition, right? Acquisition, which I told you, is when a firm, a bigger firm, which is more financially strong, acquires another firm that is probably struggling. Okay, then it becomes part of their business. Okay, then we know of merger. Merger is where two separate entity firms come together to what become one firm, and normally with the expectation of higher one synergy. Okay, now let's go to this protest contest of fight. So sometimes shareholders find ways, even if it's not mergers, they find ways to get a lot of people on their side to vote for a particular decision to be made. Okay, so the same way, if they want to sell or they want to give out their firm and they need to vote, definitely majority would have to, the decision will be based on majority. Hence, they try to get more people on their side, so they will vote for let's sell out or let's give out our firm for merger of acquisition. Okay, so that is it. So they call it proxy contest or fight. Sometimes they like a fight because you try to convince other shareholders to join your team so that when the vote comes, it will favor you. Okay. The next one is management buyout. Management buyout. This is where the directors of a firm, okay, the directors of a firm or management of a firm decide to acquire a firm from the shareholders. So by doing that, they buy maybe shares from the shareholders. Then they get the firm. Okay. Then we have leverage buyout. Leverage buyout. Whenever you hear leverage in finance, we are talking of more debt. Anytime you hear leverage, we are talking of more debt. So when you hear leverage buyout, what is happening? We are saying that the firm that is buying a targeted firm, okay, the acquiring firm is using more of what? Borrowed money to what? Buy the targeted firm, okay? So the portion in the amount is spending to acquire the targeted firm. Majority of the amount is debt, and they use the firm they are acquiring asset as a collateral, or probably the acquiring firm's asset as a collateral. But what is happening is that a higher portion of the capital they're investing into the targeted firm is borrowed. Okay. Tender offer. When there's wholesale takeover, the acquiring firm tender offer to the targeting firm's shareholder directly. Okay, so that is it. If you're okay, if you're not clear, I can explain further. Did I rush through this?
Hello, madam.
Yeah.
Please, the tender offer, I didn't get it.
Yes, madam, you did.
You know, in our last meeting, I talked about hostile takeover. Hostile takeover is when the management of the targeted firm are not in agreement to either sell the firm, or they don't probably like the offer being made, as in maybe the amount they are paying they don't think it's good, it's fair. Okay. Then the acquiring firm will contact the shareholder. They will now, this one should pass to the management. Then the management will give it to the shareholders. So when the management is not, the board is not in favor of the merger, then the acquiring firm can contact the shareholders directly. So in contact the shareholder, they give them a tender offer. They tender offer to them that is what we want to offer for this firm. So when they go there and the shareholders accept, remember, shareholders are the owners. So if they accept, then they can take over the firm without the board being involved or management being in agreement. Okay, so that is tender offer. Are we okay?
Yes,
are you
please.
clear now?
Yes, please.
Any other question? Okay, so we are going to end here for mergers and acquisition. Okay, so let me end the recording of this one.